Hi guys, it is me, Stace. I am back again today with another Cricut Explore video, and today we're doing our 3D Thursday, and we are making this really cool 3D star. Isn't that fun? I did not do any resizing, so this is the actual size that came out in Design Space, but you can certainly change it up if you want to. I will also change out the paper. I did say to use 3 different kinds of pattern paper for the front. I don't really care for the look. I like everything being the same. So I'm going to go ahead and make mine a different color and all the same on the front. But how fun is that? And it's not really too hard to put together. And you can use this for anything. You know, it's supposed to be a Christmas tree topper. You can use it for that. You can use it for in the tree. It could be a standalone decoration, boys' room, girls' room, Independence Day, 4th of July. Anybody can really use a star. I mean, imagine giving that to a little one after a good day at school saying, "You're a star," you know. You can even maybe put treats inside of it. So I think it's kind of fun. All right, let's go to the computer and I will share with you guys how to do it. Alrighty, at the computer, you want to go to cricut.com/design. You're going to see this screen here. Upper left-hand corner, where it says account. Click on that to sign in, and then enter in your email and your password. When your name appears in that green box, that verifies that you are logged in. From there, you want to go to the right where it says all categories, and then go all the way to the bottom and click on Christmas. Now on this page here, you want to keep on scrolling down until you find the star tree topper, but there are 2 of them. I'm going to scroll down until I find the first one. There's that one there. This one, it says the 3D star tree topper. We want the regular one, so keep on scrolling down. Right there. This one just says Christmas tree star topper. Click on that for the preview window. It'll also bring up your material listings that they recommend for the project. You'll see here it calls for a craft cardstock, which is going to be the base of the star. And then the layers on top, a book pattern paper, a snowflake pattern paper, and then a stripe pattern paper. You can do those all different colors if you'd like to. I'm going to keep mine all the same color. All right, bottom right, going to click on Customize. And then we see here all the pieces for our star. These over here are the layers, and this is the actual star piece itself. There's 5 of these. Now, if you want to resize this to be a different size, this is where you would do that. What I would do is bring all these up, get them all lined up together, take your left mouse button across the star piece there, right click on them to group them, and you can see when you move them, they're all going to stay together. Then these pieces need to be resized with this one. So just take these ones and bring them over there, under that piece, and take your left mouse button again across everything, group together. Now you can resize this to be anything you want. I did not resize this, and I still have like a 10-inch size star. You can make this be ginormous by making this piece here be like 11 inches, and you can do one star piece per 12 by 12 and have a bigger size star. But I'm going to leave it the way it was. So I'm going to go up top and just click on undo and just keep on clicking on that until we get back to where we were. Alright, so now you see here, these are all the layers that go on top of these. I do want these to be all the same color, so I'm going to go to my sync panel on the right and just simply drag and drop until all these colors here are the same color. Okay, so now they're all the same color. Go ahead and click on Go. Now, if you have a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock that you want to use, you can do that. I'm using an 8.5 by 11. So on my left-hand side where it says material size, I'm going to change that from 12 by 12 to 8.5 by 11. And you'll see there I have 2 on that mat, 2 on that one, and then 1 on that one. This one down here, I can leave on a 12 by 12. I'm just going to use a piece of pattern paper. All right, bottom right, go ahead and click on Go. I'm going to cut this out. We'll go to the table and put the star together. Alright, we are back. All of our pieces are cut out. I went and scored my other 5 pieces to save time. I thought I would do one with you guys. The most important thing I can tell you with this project is you want to use a good quality cardstock. This is Stampin' Up! Brand. It can be any kind of cardstock you want. Just a nice heavyweight cardstock. I think that is crucial when you're making a 3D project like this. And I'm doing first is going ahead and finger pressing on the score marks before I actually take my bone folder to them, just to make sure I'm on that line. And take your bone folder and give each one a nice, clean, crisp edge there. And then we have our top ones. Again, just kind of finger press them to make sure they're all lined up. And then go back over them with your bone folder. Okay, and there was 5 of these total. All right, now what we're going to do is take a glue that you like. I'm going to use a wet glue to start with. Then I'm going to go to my hot glue gun. All right, so you see that the one little flap there. Gonna put glue. And normally here I would tell you guys to use like a score tape. I really wouldn't recommend it. And then fold that one over. Make sure they're lined up. And then just give it a second for that glue to grab. Okay, so basically you just create a little pocket. Okay. If you're going to use like a score tape, I wouldn't use it only because if you mess up, you can't really tear it apart. You know, it's kind of stuck down there for good. So just find a strong liquid glue that you like. I'm using the art glitter glue. That's a really good glue. I do recommend it. But also I think the Scotch Quick Dry would work. You know, just a strong liquid glue. This way if you need to maneuver a little bit, you have a little bit of wiggle room to do that. Alright, so there's pocket number 2. Just going to fold the little flap in. Put glue on it. Then you want to go edge to edge. Then just bring it over and fold it down. And again, just line out them points down there. A little bit of rub. Pocket number 3. So I'm going to have that first flap laying down or facing up. Put glue all the way around it, edge to edge. Bring this guy around and fold him over. And if it's not lining up at the bottom, just go to maneuver it to where it lines up. Okay. Alright, pocket number 4. One down, or one more to go. Have that one facing up. Fold this guy over it. Lining up the bottom point and the side. Okay, so now we have all of our pockets. Now it's going to look kind of daunting. What we're going to do, you're going to take the flaps here and kind of glue them together. Okay, can you see that? It's going to go like that. So I'm holding it up here. I have my one flap on the right. Put the glue on it like that. Edge to edge. Then bring the left one of the other one. So we have the right flap here to the left flap. And bring them around. And I just kind of go on this side and line it up this way. I really wouldn't go any smaller than this as far as the size because it's going to get tedious on you. Just make sure they're nice and glued down. Okay, so there's one part. Okay, now we're going to work to this one. This side. Put glue on this one. We want to go all the way to the edge. So we have the right side and another one here on the left. I'm just going to line them up like that for a second. Lay it down. I think it's easier just lining up the flaps. Make sure they're all lined up. And again, give that a little bit of second to grab. Need to readjust, you can do that. Okay, so now we have that. Okay, so again, this side here, put glue on it. All the way to the edge. On the right flap to the left flap of another one. Kind of get it on there. And again, I line the flaps up. I just think it's easier. Okay, so I'm just going to look at them and make sure they're lined up. Okay. Alright, so we're just about getting there. One more to go. Again, you're taking your glue all the way to the edge. It goes there, but you can just wipe it off. Okay, and then our two flaps together. Again, I'm going to bring the flaps in. Just grab my one flap and bring it over. And get them lined up the best you can. Okay. Now we just need to glue this one flap to that flap. So ignore these back flaps. So this one flap here, just like we've been doing. Put glue all the way to the edge. Okay. And then bring those two flaps together, just like that. Okay, and then again, I'm going to go in there and pinch the flap shut. Only because it's kind of hard to hold it there, making sure you're lined up. It definitely is easier to go in there with the flaps. Okay, so now we should have the front of our star done. Okay, looks like that. Now we need to glue all these flaps together. So the little flaps right there, all of them need to get glued together. And here's where I would definitely use a hot glue gun. So just go in there on the flap. Just be careful with the hot glue. Okay, and then bring these two flaps together. And again, go in there very carefully and pinch the edges. Once you get it set, like I let the glue settle for a minute. When you get it in there, go in there and pinch the two ends together. I know you guys can't see it, but when you make them at home, you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, the same thing we've been doing. I'm just holding them two flaps together. Okay, so there's one. And now we have this flap and that flap. Take your hot glue again. Only because this is going to get so tight on you that your wet glue is not going to be able to grab. Okay, just kind of let them sit there until they grab for a second. Okay, I'm going to bend these guys out of my way. Maybe. Okay, I'm just kind of put my finger in there and hold them two flaps together. And this is the back side anyway, so I'm not too concerned about the back. Like I said, the more you go, it's going to get harder to glue together. Okay? So I'm just going to literally just stick some glue in there. I can see where my flap is. I know you guys can't see it, but it is there. Okay, and then bring them two pieces together. And just let them sit there for a minute until the glue sets up a little while. And it really is not that hard of a project to make. I mean, I think it's pretty simple to put together. It just, I have very little patience for things like this. And the wet glue, I put that one together here with the wet glue, but my one back is coming undone because the glue is not thick enough, you know, to reach. Okay, kind of just give that a second to grab. See, it's still not grabbing. I need to put more glue in there. Yep. Just kind of open it up a little bit and squirt some glue down there. So we can always come back with our heat gun and wipe away all this glue. But you definitely want this to stay together as best you can. You want to let the glue still wet, you kind of come in there and whip it off. Just make sure it's not really hot, otherwise you're going to burn your fingers. Okay, I think we're pretty okay. I think the next one we put down is going to kind of help hold that together. Alright, so put glue along that one. I'm also going to do both flaps at the same time. And just kind of put this guy in there. I'm going to lay it down just so I can make sure this is all going to line up for me. And the wet glue is nice, but it does take a few seconds to kind of grab. And what you can do before we actually attach this piece, like I said, you can put trees inside. Each one, when you have each section of the star, go ahead and put trees inside, then assemble it the same way. You know, so it could be a tree box as well. I think it would be kind of fun at a party, you know, put different trees inside each one and then have 5 friends kind of grab an end and just pull, you know, kind of like a little piñata kind of thing. Alright, I'm just going to kind of work this glue a little bit more. I know it looks like a hot mess here. Like I said, this is the back, so I'm not really too concerned about it. But definitely the hot glue is messier, but it's definitely a little bit easier to work with because it's thicker. You know what I mean? So when you put it on there, definitely it's thicker so it does help kind of grab. A little bit more glue in this little seam right here. Just kind of shove it together. Okay, let that sit for a minute. I'm going to roll these glue strings. They feel like little spider webs all over me. Yeah, I think this is a good size. It said on Design Space it measures 11 inches. Mine did not. Mine is like 10 1/4, so it's still a pretty good size little star. But I really wouldn't go any smaller because, you know, you can see this one pretty big and it's tedious to get it lined up. Imagine sticking, you know, my big fingers on little ones. So it definitely is easier making a bigger star. I think we're good. So now all I need to do now is just add our paper. And glue strings everywhere. And these are pretty easy. I mean, you can kind of see where they go. Now if you want to, you can go in there and ink all your edges. I'm not doing that. But I thought I'd make a little boy or a blue star and a pink star for my boy and girl snowman. And just line up the points on the side. And this color here is Stampin' Up! Blushing Bride, and this is the Subtle Pack of Designer Series paper. But any paper, you know, will work, I think. Like I said, you know, it doesn't need to be Christmas. It can be anything. 4th of July, and you know, you can make a bunch of these and hang them from a window in a girl's room. That would look really cute. Or just make them be a little decoration around your house. So not too terribly bad. What do you think? Sometimes I think I explain things, I make things sound more difficult than they actually are. But from start to finish, what are we at? 11 minutes so far putting it together, so not horribly bad. You know, with Design Space, that was only maybe a minute or so. I mean, you can certainly use different paper like they suggested, but I do like it being the same, only because, I'll show you in a minute, the other one I have, 2 of them were the same paper, and then 2 of them here were the same paper. Then you had like an odd one out, and I guess I felt bad for the odd one out, so I thought we're just going to make them all be the same. And I think it's best also to not work with directional paper, only because, you know, your directions may be, or the way the paper's on there may be upside down. But I think it's cute. What do y'all think? I like it. I showed the hubby, he's like, that's not a Christmas tree topper. I'm like, it certainly could be. You know, doesn't need, you know, Christmas could be pink or blue. Okay, a few more to go. And if you want to hang it, you know, I would, of course, add your ribbon or whatever you're going to hang it with prior to us putting it together. Or just slap a little bit of glue on the back of there and just have it, you know, attach your string on the back. But like I said, I would not use a score tape or a red line tape or a strong tape like that, only because if you need to wiggle it, you really can't, you know. All right, 2 more. We are done. This little star guy, or gal, because she's pink. Yeah, I'm going to have each one of these next to my boy snowman and my girl snowman. That's where they're gonna go. But stars, I think, any season. So I think they'd be really cute hanging up from a window, or even from a bed in a little girl's room if she has one of them little canopy beds kind of things. Or it could be, you know, you're a star from a good day at school, and they could take it apart and find little treats inside, like little notes or something. Lots of ideas to do with it. Alright, there you have it, my friends. There's the girl one, and there's the boy one. Which one do you like better? I definitely like the girl one with the same color paper. You can see the back's not horribly bad. I mean, this one's cleaner, but it was a lot harder to put together. And this one I just have a little bit of glue there, but not a big deal. Anyway, there you have it. Today's 3D Thursday, a 3D star. Any questions at all, guys, please let me know. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.